welcome back to the Viewfinder Any % tutorial. Again, my name is BobbyBurm. Here's the second hub world. This is Haraya. Haraya is an interesting level. So how we start off here, once we get out of the tram, we'll jump over here, which is the direct path is just jump on this railing and then go to this first level. First few levels, pretty straightforward. We're going to walk through here, and it's really just straight lining. So you're going to walk around all of these corners. You can even line it up with your feet. And how I like to line this first perspective puzzle up is once I go here, I'll just kind of walk towards like here-ish, in between like this chair and this poster. And I'll kind of start to walk sideways so I can line this up. The game kind of sets it up for you. The game will kind of move you into place, so, you know, kind of let it do it, right? So once you get as far enough over, you can kind of let go of the button and it'll just move you into place for you. It's the game's way of saying you can kind of be close, but you don't have to be perfect. So, again, how this one works is you'll just kind of like walk around this corner, about line it up diagonally, and then just kind of scoot over. It's not super precise, but again, jump over here, straight line to this corner. It's kind of the same situation here. So I usually line it up with the edge of this chair. So I'll go this way and kind of walk sideways. And I'll just line it up perfectly like that. It's a little bit more to the right, I would say. So it's probably more like here-ish. So I'll go this way and start looking to the right. So again, that whole thing together kind of looks like this. So it'll be probably more on the right-hand side. Nice. You could even kind of just think about it like vertically, right? So you're going to line up with this post about this distance. So you're looking about right here is where you should be aiming for. Like right at the edge of this like weird grass in between where this flat patch is and where the grass starts. So if you want, you can even just set it up like that. You can just kind of walk here. So how that looks again is like this. You do have to be looking at this direction, obviously. And the rest of this level is just kind of walking on through. Straight line around corners as much as you can. I like to jump upstairs as well. Jumping upstairs is just generally a little bit faster than walking upstairs. And then you're going to walk sideways up until around right here. It's about like this line in between, like somewhere in between these two tiles right here. So it's like right about here. You could even really line it up with this line right here. Your body's standing a little bit further back, but you can even go, it's about right here. So again, how that looks is you just kind of like walk up here, kind of walk sideways, let it do the work for you, and then end the level. All right, this level is a little tricky. It's a little tricky. So you're going to go right here, grab this photo, and right here, so there's two things you have to accomplish with this photo. You want to both remove this pillar so we can get to the end of the level at the end of this segment. And you also want to remove this gate so we can get over here. So how that looks is you want to put this right about here. You really want to be careful to not remove the ground on the left-hand side right here. If you remove the ground, you can't complete this puzzle. So you need to hold it up so you can still see the ground. So right about there is going to work. So you're going to jump over here. Do another perspective puzzle. It's usually like the lineup is about right here. It's in the middle of this tile. So you can look here. So that sets that up. And now the final one, if I'm going back this way, the final perspective puzzle is about, I kind of aim at the edge of this post. And again, it drags it for you. And then that's the end of the level right there. How that would work to kind of show you what happens if you don't. If you remove the ground, this is kind of what happens. So you could still do this puzzle correctly. However, you aren't able to line up for this one properly. You can't do it because there's no ground here. So you have to make sure there's ground there. So again, how this level looks from start to finish is kind of like this. So you go over here, grab the photo, make sure you're not taking a photo of the ground. So you have a place to stand, do the perspective puzzle, aim about right there, look to the side, and just walk through, and you're good to go. All right, this level, we have 3 switches. We have 3 switches we need to get here. So the first one, we'll be able to come back and get this one when we go get the one around the corner. So what we do is we move to the right, walk all the way around here, flip this switch first, walk back this way, flip this switch as we're walking. And now there's two things you can do here. The simple way is to walk around here and flip this switch like this and then walk back. Or there's a way that's slightly faster. So if I'm coming back from this way, you go hit this button. So it'll be like this. You'll hit this. And then what you do is you jump about right here. I like to do this in the one fluid motion. So I like to hit E to grab this card and then jump. And then I'll be on top of this table. And what you do is you line up your card. I would say I don't really have like an exact lineup for this. I would say like you see the bottom of the card, the bottom two corners of the card where it's kind of like lined up with the pillars. This is about right. This is about where I line it up. So you'll click this and you'll jump through and then you'll hit this. So it was off when we started the level, but you flip it on and then you just jump back through onto the table and you go here to complete the level. So that whole thing put together with the complicated end kind of looks like this. So you go around the corner, hit that, jump up here, flip this as we're walking, jump and grab the card, do this, flip the switch, and do the perspective puzzle. The lineup again is about in the middle of this square. Then we go on through. All right, and that's level 1 done. Level 2, easiest way to go through is to jump over here, jump across this bag, just so it's more direct line. Otherwise, you have to walk all the way around all this stuff. You just go directly to this next level right here. Now, there's two ways to beat this level. The speedrunning way is to do it like this. So what you do is when you start the level, you just walk to the left. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump onto these little pieces of planks that are sticking out here in order to just jump directly to the end. Normally you have to go take a photo and just add a staircase here, but that's slow. So what we do is we jump up here to the edge of this little ledge. You can be too far to the left. You could be too far to the right. I would say obviously falling off is too far. But you almost want to be standing like where you're like facing the gap kind of. In order to run perfectly this way, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to jump at the very end of this. So we're going to do something like this. It's pretty precise. So that lands us on the edge of this. The reason why we start right there is because it's somehow a little easier to hit this side of this post. Like it's easier to hit the right side of this post than it is the left side. And if I hit rewind and if I mess it up, so for example, if I go here, so if I go here, it's easy to, if I miss, it's easy for me to rewind and just go back to where I just was. And if I started here, I don't think it doesn't always do it perfectly. So you want to make sure you're back far enough. You jump off here. And then you kind of hit that spoke. You also don't have to line up perfectly vertically with that. You can just kind of do it like quickly if you can. You don't have to put like that. You don't have to perfectly line up, but how that looks going fast is kind of like this. You jump up here, look this way, set it up. It's pretty precise, like I mentioned. But once you get the hang of it, you're usually able to get it by the second try, just by adjusting a little bit. Take a photo of this, and then we're just going to flip this around, and we're good to go. All right, so this level, what we're going to do is we're going to take two photos. We're going to grab that first one, and we're going to take the second photo. We're not even going to wait for it. We're just going to click the camera and then set this one up and put this here to grab this battery. I know there are some folks who do it like this. They like put this here and they jump on this pipe to get across. That's also fast. So we're going to hit this second one. We're going to get going over there right away. Grab that battery. Run back across. A couple ways you can do this next part as well. I like to drop it here. Grab this. Make sure this next one is turned. And then pointing here so that the camera can see something that's placed onto here. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw that battery over here. We take a photo. So you'll see the battery is in the photo. Some people, it's a little bit faster to do this. It's a little bit faster to throw the battery like that. Instead of, so you don't have to actually like walk back and forth and back. Then it's just one click of the button. So you have the battery in that photo here. So then you'll drop this here, and then this will go here, and you're good to go. So that whole thing in one fluid movement is kind of like this. So you hit this, one photo, grab it, take the second one, go to the next battery. You can use any part of this geometry in this photo. Drop this for a second, face this to the right. You can even throw this over. If I did it right, which I did, took a photo of that battery, and then you drop it here and you're good to go. All right, finally, this level. The simple way to do this that I think is the most reliable is to do it this way. You take a photo this way. You back up just a little bit where you can remove most of this fence on the left-hand side. You're going to click this, jump through, and take a photo as quickly as you can. Then you're going to aim it right at this corner. You're going to put this here. Take a photo here again. So you're taking a photo of the final. Then you tilt it and you go. You can do any direction for this. Doesn't really matter. But it can't be too vertically is the only thing. You can't do this. Really, I think it'll say, yep, it has to be too upright. Or it has to be upright. So you want to kind of do it enough where it'll recognize that it's upright enough. So that's the main way to do it. I would say it's pretty reliable. The other way to do this is a little bit more complicated. So you'll take a photo. Go here. And it's like you take a photo of, I think it's this. You'll land on this pipe. It's actually more like that, I think. So you'll drop it here, take a photo of this. So you'll have the ending, and then you fall on top of this. So it is fast. If you can get it quick, it's pretty good. But it does require a little bit more precise photo taking. And you do get to the final a little bit quicker because you do in fact get to, just fall to get to the end, which is really nice instead of having to walk. But it is more precise. So the normal way to do this does look kind of like this. So you jump up here, take a photo of this, back up, do that, take another photo, corner, jump over, take a photo of the finale, grab this, turn, and then you're done. All right. The final for this, you jump through here because it's faster. All right, so this level, we'll jump over here, grab this photo, jump down here, and we're going to put this here. So we cover that hole like normal. We'll put this in a way where it drops, and it'll hopefully stay upright like that. We'll grab this second battery, and then we'll do what's called a battery juggle. So what we'll do is we'll drop a battery, and while the battery is dropping, we'll grab the other battery and hit this one so it goes flying. So again, the series is drop this on top of this one, and then grab this, and then push the other one that's falling upwards. So it kind of looks something like this. See if I can get it a little bit better displayed for you. As you can see, it's pretty precise. Might be better to show you up here where there's a little bit more space. So we can do something like this, like that. So you can do that twice in this level. So how it kind of looks start to finish would be something like this. So again, you'll grab the photo. Go down here, cover this hole. Drop this battery here. Grab the second battery. Do a juggle here. There we go. That's a good example. Throw that there. Do a second juggle. And there we go. You can also use your body to kind of push these batteries. Like as if you're walking, you can kind of just push it like this, which is also pretty fast if you're already carrying one. But the juggle is faster if you get it perfect. So we usually recommend doing the juggle. So there's that level. This final level, you can quickly turn around, and you're going to want to be about right here on this ledge. You don't want to be dead on from this because it's a little bit easier to hit horizontally here. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump at the very edge of this so we can catch the edge of this platform. It's kind of precise, I would say. You can get it like I would say about half the time if you're like just starting off. You just have to jump kind of late to hit it because it's you really do have to be pretty close. So you want to be not perfectly aligned with this, but a little off kilter. You'll jump here, and then you'll barely get over. All right. So you take your first photo, go back all the way around here. Once you get about to the edge of this plant, you're gonna jump and put that right there. Let me grab this battery. Perspective for this is about, let's see where exactly it is. It's right in the middle of this square, but it doesn't have to be precise. You can Bobby land anywhere here, it'll go. So like you know, you just walk this direction, somewhere in the middle. You grab this battery. We're gonna drop this on top of this platform so that this can see this. Take a second photo, and we're gonna just right away just start running towards the end of this. And what you can do is either drop this like this, or you can drop this like this. Either way works, and then you're done with the level. So how the whole thing looks put together is like this. So we're start over here, turn around right away, go here, jump over, take a photo, jump over again, back up, jump and place that, grab the battery, place the battery in view of this viewfinder, take another photo, and as we're running out, we're going to place this here. And that's the end of the level. Alright, now that is all of the levels in level 3 that are required. Or, excuse me, level 2 that are required. The final part of this is just kind of jumping off the ledge here to save you some walking time. One thing to note is when you're jumping off of this, when you jump off the side of a map at a hub world, it'll keep your camera angle. So, like, if you jump over here, it'll note that I'm looking this direction. And so when you jump off of that, you can kind of look a little to the left and you'll be right aligned with this. And so if you remember from the first level, we're going to do another train skip. So when we hit go, we're going to stand in this corner. So in the first level, you noted that there was 3 columns. This one, there's 2. So at the first column, we're going to start hitting right, or D on your keypad. And then when the second column shows up, you're going to hit W. Again, I like to hold both. Some people just switch to W. I like to do both to make sure I'm always on the right side of the train. And then once you kind of start clipping through, start spamming that space again, and then you'll hopefully clip out. Again, it's not a problem if you don't clip out. You can restart, but you know it's definitely preferable to get out because it stops the timer. So, so here we're gonna do this. Jump in the corner. Make sure we're all the way in the corner. Line it up with the corner of this window. We'll see the first column. We'll hold to the right, and then we'll see the second one here in a second. Hold W, start jumping, keep jumping, and see if you can get out. You can even turn to the left here, keep jumping, and you see here we didn't unfortunately get it. So you'll note here that you can already start to see the second level. What you can do if you miss it is go quit to menu, hit yes, and then hit enter again. And you'll start in the middle of the level already. So even if you miss the tram skips, you can just restart it once the second level loads in, or once your next level loads in. So that's pretty consistent with any of the 4 hub worlds. So yeah, that was level 2. That was Haraya. Thanks for watching.